Okay, let's unpack this. The allure of instant transformation in the beauty world is huge, isn't it?
Absolutely massive. We see it everywhere.
We've all scrolled past those, perfect posts, promises of looking fabulous, instantly zero effort.
Effortlessly chic, yeah.
And today we're really going to dive deep into one company that seems to have, well, mastered this. WestKiss Wigs.
Right, WestKiss. They're popping up everywhere.
Specifically, their glueless water wave wigs. I mean, they've been flooding TikTok, just dominating
You
feeds.
can't miss them.
And the claim is, well, it's bold, glueless installation in 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yeah, because apparently putting on hair needed Silicon Valley efficiency.
Huh? Right. Like we needed an app for that.
Their whole pitch, it's basically zero glue, zero skills, zero problems, grab, place, go.
Sounds incredibly simple. Almost too simple.
Exactly. Promising a whole new look faster than you can, make a cup of coffee.
And that's really our mission here today, isn't it? For you, our listener.
Mm-hmm.
We want to cut through all that shiny marketing hype. Really see if this promise, this convenience, actually holds up under, real-world scrutiny.
So what did we look at?
Well, we've gathered quite a bit. We synthesized a whole stack of sources, tried to get a really comprehensive view.
Okay.
So that includes digging into insights from, get this, over 1,000 Trustpilot reviews.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it gives a pretty broad spectrum of what people are actually experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And we also pulled key bits from a YouTube video transcript.
Ah, like a specific review.
Exactly. It's titled WestKiss Wig Review, Best Glueless Wig in 2025. It's from the Savage Reviews channel, which is pretty well regarded.
Got it. So crowd sentiment and a detailed breakdown.
Precisely. Gives us both the big picture and some specific stories.
And just so you know, we're going to boil all this down for you. We'll pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge.
The key takeaways.
Yeah, maybe some surprising facts, too. And crucially, where it gets really interesting, navigating that balance, the promised ease versus the real-world chaos that sometimes happens when a product just explodes virally.
That gap between promise and reality.
Right. So if you've ever wanted effortless hair, or just wondered if these viral things are actually legit, stick around.
It should be revealing.
Okay, so let's start with that grand promise. This zero glue, zero skills, zero problems thing from WestKiss. It's powerful marketing.
Super compelling. It hits on that universal desire for things to just be easier, simple, instant gratification.
Yeah, it sounds suspiciously simple for something that, involves your entire look.
Totally. Your whole hair situation sorted faster than finding your keys. It grabs you.
Definitely a hook. And the specific product they push so hard, this water wave texture, that's really central to the appeal, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's not just any wig style. It's very intentional.
Describe it a bit. It's kind of in between.
Yeah, it sits right in that sweet spot between loose, flowy curls and those relaxed, beachy waves.
Ah, okay. That natural movement look.
Exactly. Everyone's chasing that right now.
Yep.
Our sources describe it really well. It's not tight ringlets, which can look a bit much, or pin straight, which might lack volume.
Right. That effortless middle ground.
Yeah. The kind that sort of subtly screams, I just left an expensive salon, or I have amazing natural hair.
But you supposedly did it yourself in 3 seconds.
Precisely. It nails that aspiration of looking sophisticated and natural, but without any of the fuss people imagine goes into it.
And that specific texture choice, the water wave, it probably helps sell the effortless idea, too. It's meant to look a bit undone.
That's a really important point. It absolutely does. The marketing taps right into that desire for a high-end look without the time or the struggle or, frankly, the cost.
Yeah, the cost is a big one.
For sure. Achieving that kind of polished look usually takes effort or money or both. WestKiss is promising a shortcut.
It's smart marketing, aligning aspiration with accessibility.
Totally.
Yeah.
Making people feel like they can get that premium look, even if they're short on time, skills, or budget. And yeah, the water wave texture itself is more forgiving. It makes the effortless claim feel more believable than, say, a perfectly sleek bob.
Okay, so that's the promise. Let's get into the findings. What did our deep dive actually uncover when we looked past the ads?
Right, the brass tacks.
Here's where it gets interesting. After going through, like you said, over 1,000 Trustpilot reviews, which is a huge amount of data,
Massive sample size.
WestKiss actually maintains a pretty solid 4-star rating across multiple countries, too.
Which is genuinely impressive, you have to say. Especially for something with such big claims in a market that can be, well, tricky.
Definitely signals some level of real satisfaction. It's not just hype.
No, there seems to be substance there.
And drilling down into specifics, let's talk hair quality first, because
Yeah.
that's fundamental, right?
Absolutely critical. If the hair is bad, nothing else matters.
And the feedback there is, well, it's consistently positive, like really glowing.
Yeah, our sources kept highlighting that. People describe the hair as soft, bouncy.
Mm-hmm. And surprisingly durable for the price point. That came up a lot.
Right. You hear things like luxuriously soft, like silk, or that it bounced back beautifully after washing.
And it's not just looking good out of the box. People are saying they maintain styles for weeks, with proper care.
That's a big deal. Practical longevity.
Totally. And apparently that water wave pattern, it actually lasts. It doesn't just fall flat after one wash like some other textured wigs.
That's fascinating, actually, the consistency, that feedback about the texture holding up, even through washing.
Yeah. What does that suggest to you?
Well, it strongly indicates the hair itself is likely genuinely human, like they claim, and it's decent quality. It's not just a surface treatment that washes away.
So the visual appeal lasts.
Exactly. Consumers feel their money wasn't wasted on something that looks good for, like, a day. It builds trust in the actual product material. It's a solid foundation for them.
Okay, so the hair itself gets a thumbs up. What about the tech? That HD lace that makes the glueless thing possible.
Right, the magic behind the curtain.
Does it work? Or is that just marketing speak?
Well, according to the users, it actually works surprisingly well.
Really?
Yeah, multiple reviewers specifically talked about getting seamless hairline blending. And they praised the invisible knots. These are, the details that make or break a natural look.
Huge. That means you don't need to be a pro stylist to make it look good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It lowers the barrier to entry. No complex installation needed for a convincing natural look. That's a massive win for anyone who's struggled with making wigs look undetectable before.
Okay, so that brings us to the core claim, the glueless part.
Big one.
Does it check out? Can people really just put it on in minutes with no glue?
Unequivocally, yes.
Yeah.
That seems to check out across the board. This is where the product really lives up to that core promise of convenience.
Wow.
People genuinely are installing these in minutes. No adhesives, no sticky mess, no waiting for glue to dry.
That bypasses so many common wig frustrations. The residue, skin irritation.
The fear of it slipping, the time commitment.
Yeah.
By removing those hurdles, WestKiss really has made wearing a quality wig much more accessible, just like their marketing says.
Okay, interesting. So hair quality,
Right.
HD lace, dot works. Glueless installation checks out. What about price? Where do they sit?
Good question. Their pricing is also quite strategic.
How so?
Well, these water wave wigs, they generally range from about, say, $60 up to maybe $300.
Okay, so quite a range.
Okay.
Depends on the length, density.
Exactly. Length, construction details.
Right.
The key thing is it's not bargain basement cheap.
Right, not like a costume wig.
No.
Yeah.
But it's also definitely not hitting that luxury price bracket where wigs can cost, hundreds and hundreds, even thousands.
So accessible premium.
That's exactly how I'd frame it. It sits in that accessible middle ground.
And connecting that to the bigger picture,
It puts them in a really clever market position, that strategic sweet spot.
where quality feels possible without breaking the bank.
Precisely. It makes that expensive salon look seem attainable for a much wider audience. It perfectly matches their promise of effortless sophistication for everyone, not just the wealthy.
They're selling an achievable aesthetic.
Exactly. Not just a wig.
Okay, so far, mostly positive. Good hair, works as advertised, smart price. But there's always a but, isn't there?
Almost always, yes.
Yeah.
Especially with viral products.
And here's the plot twist, or maybe not so surprising twist. The shipping.
Logistics. The Achilles heel of e-commerce sometimes.
It seems absolutely, well, unhinged might be strong, but definitely inconsistent.
Wrong.
Deep Dive found this huge disparity.
What kind of disparity?
Some customers get their orders super fast, like 5 days, they're thrilled.
Okay, that's great.
But then others are waiting 3 weeks, maybe longer, for the exact same product.
Oof, 3 weeks is a long time when you're excited about a new look.
Right, and the website might promise things like 24-hour shipping on select items, which sets an expectation.
That reality doesn't always match.
Exactly. Reality seems to paint a much slower picture for quite a few people. It's a major frustration point in the reviews.
Yeah, and that highlights that classic tension, doesn't it? Ambitious marketing speed versus the messy reality of logistics, especially when a product gets super popular fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting, the company apparently acknowledges delays. They often cite force majeure.
Which is basically corporate speak for...
Stuff happens. Global supply chains, customs, unexpected demand spikes. Things outside their direct control. But for the customer,
It just feels like a long wait.
Right. It's a reminder that even with a great product, the journey from clicking buy to actually getting it can hit bumps, and those bumps can really sour the experience.
And that makes you wonder, doesn't it? For you, the listener, if you're waiting 3 weeks for something sold on instant convenience, does that undermine the whole appeal?
It certainly could. It shifts it from zero problems to, well, actually, here's a pretty big problem right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
It could definitely impact trust.
And it's not just shipping. Lurking beneath that generally good feedback, we also found some mentions of quality control issues.
Okay, so not every wig is perfect.
It seems not. It's not like widespread chaos, but enough customers reported receiving wigs with things like uneven density.
Like thinner on one side?
Yeah, or maybe poor construction, like the cap wasn't quite right.
That's disappointing.
It is. Though the silver lining, according to the reviews, seems to be that the company usually handles returns or exchanges for defective items.
So they tried to make it right.
Generally, yeah. They're not just leaving people stuck with a bad wig, most of the time. But still, it happens enough to be a point of caution.
And that really speaks to the challenge of scaling production quickly, doesn't it?
How so?
When a product blows up like WestKiss Wig seemed to have, keeping every single unit perfectly consistent is incredibly hard. Even if they fix problems after the fact, getting a dud initially that impacts your experience, your excitement.
Yeah, the hassle factor.
Exactly. It raises questions about the trade-offs. Is dealing with a potential return worth the convenience they promise up front?
That's a really good point. If you have to deal with returns, it doesn't quite feel like zero problems, does it?
Not really, no.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. Customer service, another area where, maybe unsurprisingly, experiences seem to vary wildly, almost like the shipping lottery.
The support gamble.
Exactly. On one hand, you've got people praising exceptional communication, even mentioning customization services, especially for people needing smaller cat sizes, which is often a struggle.
That's really positive. Good service can make a huge difference.
Totally. Quick responses, helpful solutions. Some people clearly have great interactions, but then you have the other side. A significant number of complaints about unresponsive support teams.
The radio silence.
Or just really long waits for replies and inconsistent problem resolution. You know, you finally get a response, but it's generic and doesn't actually help.
Ouch. That's incredibly frustrating when you have an issue.
Right. So it creates this really unpredictable support experience. You don't know if you'll get the A team or, well, no team at all.
And looking at the bigger picture again, that inconsistency in support, it's a classic growing pain for companies, isn't it?
Trying to scale support to match sales.
Exactly. Infrastructure struggles to keep up. And the thing is, a really strong product, like WestKiss Wig itself seems to be, can genuinely be undermined by a poor service experience.
Yeah, bad service can ruin a good product.
Absolutely. A quick, helpful response to a problem can actually build loyalty. But a great wig paired with terrible support, that can just kill trust completely. It's just the whole experience matters, not just the item itself.
Okay, so we've been through the highs, good hair, it works, and the lows, shipping, quality control, inconsistency, variable service. Let's try and synthesize this. What's the bottom line?
The verdict, yeah.
I think the overall verdict is WestKiss does largely deliver on that core promise: convenient, quality water wave wigs. The product itself isn't a scam.
I agree. Despite the hurdles we've talked about, the company has earned real legitimacy. That comes from the consistent product quality, especially the hair and the HD lace working as advertised.
That 4-star Trustpilot rating isn't an accident?
No. It reflects that foundational quality. Even if the surrounding experience, the logistics, the service can be a bit chaotic sometimes. The core product holds up.
So for you listening, if you're someone who wants that gorgeous natural hair look without the salon commitment.
And crucially,
yeah, if you can go into it knowing about and being okay with potential shipping delays or maybe a bit of a gamble on customer service, then WestKiss probably does hit the mark for you.
it's about managing expectations, isn't it? Knowing the strength and the potential weaknesses.
Definitely. And based on the sources, there's some practical advice too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Some key tips for you, the listener, to improve your odds. First, always try to order directly from their official website.
Avoid third-party sellers.
Yeah, that gives you the best shot at getting an authentic product and being covered by their actual return policy. Less risk involved.
Makes sense. And the other thing,
If you need the wig for a specific date, a wedding, a party, a vacation,
don't cut it close.
exactly, Have a backup plan, or at least order way in advance. Don't rely on their fastest estimated shipping time.
Mm.
Build in a buffer just in case you hit one of those logistical snags.
Smart advice. Plan for the potential chaos.
A little bit of planning can save a lot of stress.
So, wrapping this up,
Hmm.
where does this leave us? We started this deep dive looking at that super bold claim, 3-second glueless installation. Almost magic.
Seemed too good to be true.
And what we found is, well, a much more nuanced picture. There's genuine product quality there. It largely delivers on the core promise. But that's balanced against these persistent issues with logistics and service consistency.
The supporting infrastructure isn't quite as slick as the product itself.
Right. So if exploring this saved you from a potential wig disaster or just gave you better info for your next purchase, then great, mission accomplished.
And I think this deep dive really underscores the importance of looking beyond that initial flashy pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The product itself, yeah, it largely delivers. But the total consumer experience involves so much more. You need to be aware of the potential hurdles outside the product itself.
The whole journey matters.
Exactly. Ordering, delivery, support. It all adds up.
Mm.
And it's rarely as seamless or problem-free as the marketing wants you to believe. It's a holistic thing.
Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe something for you to mull over. In a world where seemingly every product promises zero problems, instant gratification, how much are we really willing to compromise on things like consistency, reliability, just for convenience?
Yeah, what's that trade-off worth?
And what are the hidden complexities, the trade-offs involved when we try to simplify something as personal, as visible as your look? What stands out to you about that balance between a potentially great product and a sometimes bumpy ride to get it?